Get rich quick schemes are nothing new to America. Whether it's a meme coin or Ty Lopez selling you knowledge on YouTube, this is the land of opportunity. And everybody wants a piece of the pie.
You can't say that. Sir, you can't
Is he allowed to say
I'll
that?
say it louder.
So I've been meaning to do this story about the Hawk Tuah girl, Hailey Welch, and her rug pull for her coin. So here's a post by Feared Buck on X. It says, Hawk Tuah girl, aka Hailey Welch, is facing backlash after she started a meme coin and lost everyone money. The token hit 500 million before crashing below 60 million in just 20 minutes. First of all, if you think a sound investment is putting your money into a coin by a girl who's famous for saying Hawk Tuah spit on that thing, if you think that's a sound investment, then I've absolutely got a bridge I can sell you. So maybe I can be rich as well. I watched the CoffeeZilla video and he was talking about how a lot of the people that came and invested in this coin, you know, he does a lot of research on these types of things, on scams and stuff. He's saying that a lot of the people that invested were first-time crypto buyers. So for their very first time, because they're a fan of Hailey Welch, they went and bought the Hawk Tuah coin. There's two things wrong with that. Nothing about Hailey Welch tells us that she's an expert or even educated on anything that has to do with crypto. The second issue is, what is there to be a fan of? She's famous for saying Hawk Tuah spit on that thing. She's famous for making a quotable, and that's cool, and she's capitalized off of her opportunity. What is there to be a fan of? What is it that is attracting you to her? I don't know that she has good talking points on her podcast. I've seen like a clip or two from the time that she's launched, but there's nothing like intelligent or exciting or entertaining coming out of the mind of Hailey Welch. If you're a fan of hers, if you're in her audience and what she does appeals to you, then congratulations to her. You know, she's taken her 15 minutes and turned it into 15 hours. What I don't understand is how many of these rug pull type scenarios that we have to go through for people just stop getting tricked. It's literally the same trick, different pony every time. Somebody famous or somebody with any sort of clout says, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put out a coin and all these people should buy it because I have this big idea about what this thing can be. Regardless of if they have any education or knowledge or demonstrate any of that to the audience. More often than not, they don't display that they have any education or background in this thing. But because they're a celebrity, people are inclined to trust them. That's just the nature of the way things go. She was able to generate $500 million worth of interest in this coin just for it to crash down to $60 million within 20 minutes. People were interested because she got famous for saying Hawk Tuah spit on that thing. And unfortunately, far too often, there's people that are looking to take advantage of uneducated investors. I had an instance back in 2015 before I started learning to invest, before I started educating myself and reading and becoming more in tune with personal finance. I was scammed as well. I was scammed out of $2,000 by a guy. I'm not going to say his name, but he told me that he was a stock trader. And if I invested in his company, he would help grow my money. But in my instance, this guy had Yelp reviews. He had a website. He had business documents that he sent me for me to sign to be part of his organization. There was a little bit more intricacy to the scam that I ended up being a part of, ended up being the victim of. And that guy ended up going to prison. And I still want my money back. I was supposed to give restitution for that. Anyway, back to Hailey Welch. I wonder if she's going to end up going to jail, because we've seen the rug pull over the years. And as governments and organizations and banks, as they become more involved with crypto, there's become a fiduciary responsibility. And what that means, if you're not aware, is when you are accepting somebody's money, like if you're a hedge fund or if you're a company on a stock exchange, you have a fiduciary responsibility to protect that person's money to the best of your ability. We know that all investments incur some risk. I'm not any way invested in crypto, so take this with a grain of salt. But I do believe that crypto has started to move towards having some sort of fiduciary responsibility. So I wonder what kind of legal repercussions that Hailey Welch is going to have as a result of this. To that note, Yahoo has reported that Hailey Welch has gone AWOL at the failed Hawk Tuah token launch. I don't think that it was a fail by any measure of scamming. She succeeded. She was able to get money from people and, you know, she did a race on them. Word to TK. It says, viral internet personality Hailey Welch, also known as the Hawk Tuah girl, has been silent on social media, following last week's controversial introduction of a meme coin that has since plummeted more than 95%. The Hawk token initially spiked at 500 million market cap before rapidly tumbling as heavy selling pressure from early investors overwhelmed demand from newcomers. The market cap is now hovering over 20 million and trading volume is less than 500,000 over the past 24 hours. So the original post on X said that it was at 60 million, but that was in the 20 minutes. It looks like it's fallen further down to 20 million. There's a part in this article that I want to highlight. It says heavy selling pressure from early investors overwhelmed demand from newcomers. That's literally the game plan of the rug pull operation. You have a couple of people that are early investors like Hailey Welch, who's going to be the face of it. You have the developers and all of these people that are in the background that are making the train go, but she's the face of it. They own whatever percent of it, let's say 95, because they said it plummeted 95%, and then they push it out to hundreds of thousands of people, as big as as big of an audience as they can. So now they've generated $500 million of demand based on other people's money. Regardless of how much they put in, they own 95% of it. So now you've pumped it up to $500 million, and they say, "Oh, I'm going to sell all of my stuff." Well, that's exactly what we saw. It dropped down to 60 initially within 20 minutes, from $500 million to 60 million. And now it's sitting at 20 million, at least, at most. I don't think it's going to have a GameStop type resurgence or anything like that. I think this is the end. If you end up being a victim of this or any other type of scam like I was, I hope that you get restitution, because unfortunately, this is the way of the world. The people with the information, with the knowledge, they prey on the unsuspecting victims, the unintelligent investor, the unsophisticated investor. While crypto has been largely unregulated for most of its history, I think we're moving to a point where people are going to have a fiduciary responsibility for taking care of their investors. We'll see if they end up making an example out of Hailey Welch. They said she's been silent on social media, so who knows? But those are my thoughts. So if you like the video, like the video. Subscribe to me back here for the next conversation. And if you have thoughts, if you've been scammed, or if you've invested in a meme coin or any crypto, let me know your thoughts. This is the place for discourse. Till next time. Peace.